I'm doing a little weekend maintenance. My father-in-law's old homestead here, and I guess insurance company said, hey, check out a few things. The house had a few nail pops. That was pretty steep, so it's hard for me to hold my camera and actually show you how to fix the nail pops, but I think I found one in the garage that we can probably utilize for the video here. So these shingles are 3-tab. They're very old. I'm not sure exactly how old, I can't remember, but nice warm day. You can see the granules are still okay. They're still supple. There's still plenty of life in them. I mean, I say plenty, 5 at the most, but at any rate, something underneath that shingle is humped up. Now, normally if I have a nail pop, you just flip one up and it's like this nail may be sticking up and it makes that shingle up like that. So pretty easy fix. Peel it back, hammer it down, move it, whatever you have to do. Throw a little caulking on there, re-glue the shingle down. But this one's down a little further. Maybe I can tickle the shingle here or get a feel for it. No, not so fortunate. Ah, good, we got a seam right here. So we're gonna try to get that nail. Get this nail up here. A little dark under there. There we go. So what do we have behind door number? I don't know, it's probably boss count. Yeah. I think there's a nail under there. So let's see if I can set this up somehow. Gonna go crooked. Okay, so my hope is get the hammer down in there. Hammer that guy down. Oh yeah. So that nail actually was a nail that nail was actually one for the decking going into the studs to hold the. I'm imagining this is plywood. It's pretty old. It's not OSB, I can tell you that. So that's a whole lot more flatter there. So I usually use like a Solar Seal or something like that to caulk these down with, but it's hard to do both. Hold the camera and do this at the same time. How these guys do it. Anyway, any caulking though, I mean that's some good caulking. So it'll just want to glue it down till the heat melts it back down again, because it will. The heat will, even though I've peeled that up, the tar strip's still in decent enough shape. That, let's pick that one too. Just in case a windstorm comes up or something. Never know. This way it'll be locked down. Actually, it's a lot better. We've got a piece missing right there, so I have to find out if we've got any shingle pieces laying around that I can scab that in with. Question, it's a red house, red with white trim. So what would you put on there for a color? I'm torn. I don't want white. White doesn't look nice. So any suggestions on what color metal roof we can put on this? Well, here's a temporary fix and a half. So I couldn't find any shingles, so just for now, this one was ripped off. I found this piece laying up here. Yeah, it's not even the right one, but hey, I glued it down. It covers the nails. This is definitely temporary now, mind you. I gotta get another shingle for there and there, come back and change out another day, but hey, in the meantime, it keeps the rain out of there. It's amazing though how things get behind real quick. I mean, my father-in-law hadn't been able to take care of the place for a while, so got to get all this painted. Another thing the insurance company actually want is have that painted, believe it or not. Not sure why, but anyway, yeah, that board here has been pecked apart by carpenter bees over the years, and so I just dabbed a little caulking in there, painter's caulking, and we'll paint over that. But you know, eventually probably end up changing that fascia board, but we're just trying to get things kind of caught up. It's so far behind here. Eventually, like I said, probably put a metal roof on. You know, it's a cute little dollhouse, that's what we call it. Roof's really not bad, even though it looks bad from here. It's beautiful shape actually, and just needs some paint and some love. So we'll be out here a few different occasions trying to get some of this stuff done. Got a lot of painting, because this is all stucco, and a lot of peeling paint. He did what he could with these posts, so probably another video I'll jack these up and fix them, get rid of the bird's nest. He just threw blocking anywhere he could. I mean, he did what he could, you know, an old farm boy from West Virginia, so you do what you can. But that is getting worse there. The roof line is solid, which is the craziest thing. It's actually quite fine, but I'm gonna have to jack that up. It's all from underneath. I mean, if we come over here and we look at the outside of it, you know, right where the gutter is and everything, it's straight, and you go up there on the roof, it's straight. It's all just that it might be a facade on this one, because I walked up there and it's rock solid, so I'm not worried about it falling down. But I'll probably have to pull off the boards and find out what's underneath, if there's any kind of beam in there that pockets into the wall. I would assume that's the way they would do it. I mean, that's the way you should do it. So, and unfortunately, that'll be another day. So I guess two unfortunate things is, one, I was a mechanic for 17 years at least, so that means I end up not only having to work on houses, I gotta fix vehicles. And the second thing is, we've inherited, I guess you could call it that, other people's problems, a few issues none of these vehicles are on. So here's a neat little trick for those shocks that don't work anymore on your hood or your trunk. Ta-da! Now the hood stays up and don't kill you. Hey, the shock's shot. So I gotta throw a battery in. We've got some kind of antifreeze leak down here. Unfortunately, is what I was looking up. I think it's right here, and I guess this piece here goes the whole way across to there, and it's part of the plastic plenum for the air intake on it. I don't know if we can tighten it or what we can do to maybe slow it down, but it's leaking a little bit there. Other than that, this car is okay. It's not grand, but it's okay. I had problems with the truck. Ford 95 Ford truck. Battery went dead. Solenoid went bad, and the starter went bad all at the same time. Very strange, but true. And then there's the Jeep in the garage. Gotta fix that. That I might have to drag home and fix, because get underneath it and get to a soft plug. So Jeep, in their eminent wisdom, decided that they would put this catalytic converter up against the engine. Why? I don't know. But in no man's land down in here somewhere. Oh, there, you can kind of see the catalytic converter down in there. Flip you upside down and drive you in here. So that's that. Can I get in here? Anyway, that piece of exhaust, that's kind of rusty. It's catalytic converter. I don't know if you can see next to the exhaust back up in there. There's a little bit of shininess on the block. And if you crawl underneath, there's a soft plug right there, so that if you had water in it and it froze, it wouldn't crack the block. It would actually be this plug that's soft. Imagine that, soft plug, and it pops the plug. Well, the heat from the catalytic converter rusted the paint off the outside of the soft plug, and it finally rotted through, and now it was leaking antifreeze. And it's a shame, because this truck is in perfect shape, really, and it doesn't even have that many miles on it. And it's the best vehicle we've got out here to get running, and the worst thing we have to fix. So kind of need a rack or something to get under there and fix it. So jury's out on that one. We'll figure it out, but at least if I get these other two running, we'll have something out here that runs. So this is what happens when you buy off the internet, aftermarket. Everything looks the same, except that has a blade on it for the starter wire to go up to the ignition switch. Well, actually that goes to the solenoid. This has like 2 solenoids. Crazy system. This one, no spade there. So now I've got to make something for that. It's always something. Ever hear of the phrase any port in the storm? So that wasn't big enough. Took the 10 snips, or the side cutters, I mean, cut it and spread it out so it'll fit on the starter. Had that connector that I found laying around here, and that connector, and well, you know, wire nutted it, taped it up. It'll get the truck started for today. I'll change it out. I'll have to make something better than that, but hey, MacGyver it when you can. So now we get to crawl under here, get this on. You know, they say getting too old for this. I think I was born too old for this. Hey, that actually worked out. You know what? I'll tape that up real good. Oh, look at that. Somebody's been here before me. Maybe that's why that was like that. Someone already took this and cut it once to put that pigtail on. So maybe this starter is the right starter and the other is the wrong starter. I don't know. Anybody want a 95 F250? Slightly used? 5.8? Come and get it. Okay, well, we got it up in there. Now, what's wrong with this picture? Do tell. Anybody? Anybody? See what's going wrong here? That wouldn't last very long, would it? What a beautiful makeshift connection. Would have melted. There we go. Tuck that baby out of the way where it ain't no way. Okay. Well, now we got to go up and get the solenoid on. At least we're done under here. So you want to be a mechanic? I got to ask one question. Why? All right, so there's the solenoid mounted on the side of the fender, and that one's our next adventure, changing that. That one's not too bad. I put a new battery in, hopefully this thing will run. Okay, got that bolted on. Find the other end of the connection, wherever that went to. There we go. Oh, at least I get some entertainment while I'm working. That's fun. Nothing like brother and sister working together on a hot sunny day. Good for comic relief. That's my wife, so I'm gonna get in trouble for this, I know. Hopefully she won't see this.
If you come up here, Mark, I would appreciate you working this part. From here down up there.
I can't get that off there.
It's got a hard feet. High though. I don't feel safe getting that.
Okay, I'll scrape it down.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Good.
Okay, you like Matthew?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Did you hear that, Matthew? You're famous.
Yeah, very helpful. Matthew says
So,
it's beautiful, beautiful.
You see who the worker of the two is.
I'm with you.
No, I got a question. Why does not anybody out there who makes selfie sticks make one with a magnet on the bottom? I've looked all over the place and I gotta make one. I mean, is it that hard? I think somebody out there could make some money if they just would make a magnet on the end of a selfie stick. How many people would buy it? It'd save me the trouble of finding a magnet and bolting on the bottom of this stick. So, just a thought, throwing it out there for anybody who wants to make some money. I don't have time. Hey, winner. All right, get this on. I'll get the battery in. And you will get to hear the maiden hopefully start. Now, I think what the trouble here really was is the starter stuck engaged, because he said it started and it made an awful noise, and so the starter probably was engaged, because the Bendix sounded horrible on this, the starter drive. When I got it actually started, I shorted out I put a battery in it, I shorted out the starter right here, and shorten those two terminals out, puts hot right to the starter. it cranked right over, but it was cranking and it would like kick out. So I knew the starter was bad. Knew this was bad because I had to short it. So anyway, I think that's what happened. I think starter stuck and then it burned up the solenoid. That'd be my guess. All right, let's give her a shot. Do like Matt at Diesel Creek. Contact! Woo! Winner, winner. Turkey dinner. Alive. We got a little bit of fluctuation here. AC. That's about it. This AC does not work. Imagine that, 1995 truck with 200 miles? I don't know. Nope, 173,000 miles and the AC don't work. I don't understand it. Well, I'll tell you what. Cheap truck. No. Anyway, she's not a beaut. We're gonna wash it up. Got some rust. But we'll take offers. Thing still runs good. I don't know what the bed's really like, to be honest with you. Oh, you know, that ain't too bad for a 95. Got a hitch. Woohoo! Surface rust, no holes. Give this thing a bath. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not gonna look like brand new, but it'll look better. At any rate, yeah. Anybody want to make me an offer? We'll sell it.
Probably, you understand, Dwayne. You know, I don't want my Dwayne. I don't want my fat butt in that bush. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You know?
Well, reminds me of the song Matt always sings. Come with me and you will see a world of OSHA violations.
That's a good song. Yeah, I like it.
Oh boy.
That was before you were born, I think.
So this little tool here, I guess you can see I wore the crap out of it, but you gotta have one of these. Great for cleaning these battery terminals up here. And those things, they work for a while, but they're done now. I've got some battery spray we'll put on there. All right, last I know that battery was actually in good shape, so at least I'll get the Jeep where it can fire up and run. I don't know about you, but I don't like picking up a heavy battery and having it not fit the first time. Okay, where are we at? Positive, negative. There we go.
Yeah, I know. Too much.
Well, you notice they're up there painting and I'm not painting. Woohoo! We just lost the bolt. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I've hurt my shoulder so bad. It's one thing I can't really do, unfortunately. Aw. I can do almost anything else. You know, doing all that drywall finishing and everything like that, it did kind of get to me after a while, and I was hurting pretty good. But I got through it. But painting, for some reason, that just affects me. Look at that, I bought the right stuff.
Yes, you did, Dwayne. Good man. Yes.
Sometimes I'm all right. When I worked on forklifts, there was a guy that worked with me, and I think he was just tuning up a forklift. But on the Yale forklifts, the older ones, they put the battery in the side door. So you flip the seat up, and then the side panels swing out, and they had the battery mounted there. So here he is squatted down. So he's squat down like this, working on the forklift. The battery is right next to his head, and he went to reach up and start the truck, and had a loose connection. It sparked and it blew the battery up right here. Battery acid all over him. He had burns all over him. Fortunately, eye wash station was nearby. He got cleaned up, and he ended up having to come back to the shop and get a shower and change a uniform and everything. But he was peeling red for a long time. But you know, it's like I've been very fortunate. I've never had a problem with batteries, but just something you do gotta keep in mind. They can blow up and be a problem. But oh, what a scary thing. Glad he was okay. Well, new battery, a little bit of antifreeze, tighten some bolts up. There's actually 8mm bolts up underneath there. A couple of them. I was able to get those snugged up, tightened up the thermostat housing, and everything else is just the cleaner I sprayed around there. It's not leaking. It's been running for a while. Temperature's holding. You know, idling for quite a while, and we're about halfway there. I'm not gonna complain. Yay. We'll shut that off. Then we'll check the antifreeze.
Oh, okay.
Now, what about the Jeep? Well, put that battery in the Jeep, and that battery's low.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
All right. Okay.
look at that. Ah,
For a minute, I thought you were talking
getting a
about.
lot prettier just putting a little paint on it. The battery charged enough. Ooh. Anybody got any secrets? 46,000 miles. Oh, started. Any secrets on fixing the soft plug behind the catalytic converter? Oh yeah, he's wet. Oh yeah, looking like a sieve. That was a good idea, huh?
It looks phenomenal.
Ah, thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Okay,
I heard unbelievable.
unbelievable, phenomenal. All it is just a coat of paint, but
Yeah,
wow,
I wish I
that
could
looks.
tell Dad.
Yeah.
You should have seen the garage door. Maybe I can find a picture of the old garage door
No,
and we
it's
can edit
burned.
that in. I know, but I think I have one before. It was nuts. But anyway, that looks better. Now we got to do the house and that little building over there and everything else. But anyway, but we got the truck running. We got the Lincoln running. We got Mark running. No.
Yeah, it's the only thing that doesn't run. Is me, so. It's the